Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Crypto Market Update. Bitcoin had a fantastic surprise close for the day, up 2%. Now, I'm looking for news, can't really find it. That's okay, I don't really care. Everything is still strong bullish. Nothing has really changed for BTC. As I've been saying over and over and over, this slow moving average right here, the bottom line, the TBO slow line right here, continues to point upward. And as long as it continues to point up, that means that the macro trend is bullish, even if we're chopping sideways. Now, this was a tease right here. We almost saw the price of BTC touch the TBO fast line, which would given us a wonderful TBO springboard bounce or springboard bounce entry. Didn't see it yesterday. There may be a short-term overhead resistance level that was broken, but honestly, this is weak sauce. I wouldn't even call it that. I mean, we could also say, well, this kind of happened back over here and it was tested or whatever. Like, I'm not even, it's too short-term. I don't really care. Now, a really good thing that's happened, actually, there are several yesterday, but one of the best things that happened yesterday is I learned, or rather I was corrected kindly, that this is not a liquidity gap. It's called a fair value gap. Thank you so much. I'm still learning just like a lot of you are, and I don't mind learning more. So the good news about yesterday's low, and a lot of you are probably freaked out about yesterday's price action. The reality is that yesterday's low made a higher low. We didn't even see the price of Bitcoin even get close to this previous low. This should tell you how bullish Bitcoin is right now. This should help you understand why we're going to be going up higher. I have something else exciting to share with you, and it doesn't even require a special fancy indicator. Yesterday's close at 119,000, basically under 120K, is actually our highest daily close ever. Our close here was at 119,841. So we actually closed a higher high on the daily candle. Now, I know that a lot of you are still wondering, okay, this price action sure doesn't feel bullish. Like, how can you keep saying that you're bullish? You're bullish. Well, the TBO tells me a lot, but it's also volume. Volume continues to outperform the moving average. Yesterday's volume, oh, I have to hit that arrow. There we go. Yesterday's volume right here was at 2.5 million versus the average of 1.6. So it exceeded the moving average, which is great. On balance volume, OBV, shows us cumulative buying and selling. So when we have consecutive green candles, like back over here, green, 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 and lots of volume, it's going to have on-balance volume increase. Vice versa, when we get selling with a lot of volume, we'll see on-balance volume decrease. But the main thing we keep our eyes focused on, laser focused on, is the moving average, which is here in yellow. I actually want to change this to white. There you go. The reason why this is turning up and why we're using a moving average here is because it helps us to understand the strength of the trend. Feel free to copy my settings. Again, it's awesome. Like, this works really, really well. Again, it's like a complement to the TBO. Yesterday's move saw RSI shoot back above 70. Now, one thing we might want to watch, and this is only like super, super hesitantly stating this, that with a high here at 86 something or other, if we see a lower high today, or rather RSI drops back down here to like 65 to 62, something like that, then there could be a possible cause of concern. But given the fact that we had such a nice close yesterday, that things are just looking strong bullish on all time frames, continuing to look strong bullish, nothing really flashing that's bearish at all on the 4-hour, which is insane. It's good. Yes, I know we still have a CME gap. It'll eventually get filled. If not now, maybe 5, 6, 7 months from now, I'd be totally fine with that for Bitcoin to go higher. Now, Ethereum, maybe some of you saw my video about Solana overtaking Ethereum. Why did I make that video? Well, I made it for a couple of reasons. One reason is for clicks. It would get a lot of people pissed off. But another reason why is, Ethereum, you guys have to understand that Ethereum has had an insane rally. I am not dissing at all on Ethereum. Ethereum has had an incredible move of 53% in 14 days. So like, that's insane. So it makes sense for Ethereum to have a little bit of a pullback. And you should also know that Ethereum has been quickly approaching long-term overhead resistance, even without the TBO indicator. You can see that it's approaching this price-based resistance here just around $4,000. We can't ignore that. Okay. I'm not saying that Ethereum's done whatsoever. I actually have a super duper bullish target. The video is going to pop up right here. Open it up, but don't watch it yet. Continue watching this video to the end. Now, I have other things to share with you as to why I think Ethereum could be having a short-term top. For one, daily RSI hit a high of 96.18 on Monday this week. That is just absolutely incredible. That is such an insane level. You guys have no idea. It is still super strong bullish, but that's a crazy overbought chart. Short term, I do believe it will continue to move up higher. But in the short term, I think that Ethereum's going to pass the torch to Solana. On balance volume agrees with me here that it's just super strong bullish. Yes, it's having a little bit of a pullback, but not a big deal. But I mean, volume here is incredible, like absolutely amazing. Stablecoin dominance also had a little bit of, to be honest, I had a couple of heart palpitations yesterday and wondering about what is happening here. Because as we saw the price of Bitcoin droop lower and lower, we saw stablecoin dominance going up higher and higher. But of course, ultimately, the day closing down negative 1.33%. Crazy. Absolutely love it. This again confirms that it is a strong bearish trend as per the TBO indicator. Yes, we do have a higher low here on daily RSI, which could be the start of a reversal. It could, and I'm trying to emphasize could as much as possible, but I'm not expecting it to happen. Now, the one thing I am a little bit disappointed about here is we're not seeing stablecoin dominance absolutely plummet lower. I ideally want to see this drop another 20% from here, which would bring it all the way down here to about 5.6%, or basically down here to this support level. This is where ultimately I think we're headed. It's just taking a long time, or a longer time than I thought initially, but that's what I'm expecting. Bitcoin dominance. Now, this is the chart that probably has a couple people freaked out. This is the first green candle that we've seen since back over here, the 13th of June. So we've seen 9 bars of green candles. And I know this says 8, but the way that it happens over here on TradingView, just count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not wrong. Okay. For some reason, it doesn't count the first bar. It's like playing a board game, whatever, when you were like 6 years old. Do you start counting from the space you're on? No, you start counting from the next space, but we're counting days, so it's 9. Anyway, the, the main thing to focus on is stablecoin dominance. Having a bullish engulfing candle right here is a little bit of an eek moment. It's not good. Now we know because Bitcoin closed up really bullishly yesterday, it should reflect an increase in Bitcoin dominance. It really should. So this doesn't freak me out too much. But with that said, this has negatively impacted a lot of coins yesterday. Now, could this be the bottom reversal, like that I was talking about in yesterday's video about a potential pullback happening? One thing to watch is, again, daily RSI. Now, daily RSI actually had a huge move from a literal 8-year record low at 2.5. Yesterday, it closed up at 15.22. These are still massively oversold values. We're still far away from having an RSI reset like back over here. The trend is still kind of bullish. If we look at the TBO, obviously the open short right here on the 16th of July is still valid. Yes, the fast line is pointing down. It's pink. Yes, the price is below TBO resistance here and here and here. Yes, but we really need to focus on the slow line. And is the slow line pointing down yet? No, it's actually flat. And we need to keep that in mind. It's not a terrible thing, but in order for us to get really confident and cocky, this really needs to point down, and we're not there yet. We really want to see Bitcoin dominance struggle down here, kind of go sideways, and then drop lower. Again, on the weekly time frame, I try to make a big deal about this, that yes, it's insane that last week's candle, Bitcoin dominance fell by almost 6% and put in a TBO close long, which is a good sign. But did it affect the slow line at all? Absolutely not. So we need to be careful. I do believe that we will see a larger rally Everything is aligned for that to happen. We're just having a short-term, like, mini pullback for alts, not even really a pullback for Bitcoin. Like, this is nothing. This is absolutely garbage for a pullback, in my opinion. You have to understand that you need to have the right attitude and the right outlook when it comes to trading crypto. And I've been doing this since 2017. I've been investing in trading since 2015. I know it's not an amazing track record of 10 years, but for some people, that's a lot. And I've learned a ton about the crypto markets, and I've condensed it all into our courses here at thebettertraders.com. For all of you that are intermediate to beginner crypto traders, you have to check out 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. It is a great course that helps you understand how to leverage automated trading tools so that way you can use bots, automated trading strategies to complement what you're doing on the side, and use trend trading strategies, whether it's A/B trading or using the TBO indicator. And plus, when you take this course, it comes with one-on-one coaching sessions that doesn't cost extra. It's just included. You get lifetime access to the course and even updates to the course. You don't even have to pay for those. And I've updated this course, I think 4 or 5 times because the Better Traders has been established since November 2019. We're not a new company. We've been doing this for a long time. It also comes with a 1-month trial to the trader tier of the Better Traders Club, which is awesome. And in the Better Traders Club, you get access to the TBO, you get access to monthly watch lists, trade setups, lots and lots of alerts, signals, extra content. It's awesome. So let's keep pushing forward. But before we do, I want to share with you a couple things that have happened, some developments here on all trading. I was just talking about it with you. Oh, wow. It just bought again. Oh my gosh. Well, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. It just did? Whoa. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. And I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. So my position here for MNT, for Mantle, you can see the history. Sometimes it's just chop city, some wins, but it actually just closed its position. After 12 days, it closed in 31% profit for $173, which is great. And now because of this, the previous amount was invested was 554. Now it's actually invested a whole lot more. So this is how trend trading works. Hopefully this continues to go up higher and I don't instantly get stopped out today. That would sting. Um, we'll see what happens. But the reality is that if MNT continues to push up higher, well, I've basically invested my profits back into it. It's an auto compounding strategy, which means that it can grow to be substantial. Zooming out for the chart of MNT, it's fallen really far, 58%, and it's had a really good move so far. It does have the potential to keep moving, and I want to extract as much value out of this as possible. So I'm just letting the bot run. I'm sharing my strategy with you. I'm sharing uh, the technique with you guys so you can see how things go. And this isn't taught in the 15 minutes course. This is taught in the Mastering Passive Income course, just so you know. My Masa bot continues to rip and roar, continuing to close trades over and over, even all this sideways chop. This will actually be one of the better times where it's going to be making more profits over and over, which is exciting. And I do have a couple of trades that I'm waiting on. One is this one right here that I am like, I have such an itchy finger right now with this trade. I am not going to lie. This trade for Solana, I am expecting it to go much higher. It's actually been in, I hope in this trade way too early and I've held on to it way too long, but I'm using DCA and I'm just trusting my strategy. Terrible entries, to be honest, and even taking profit, some out at a terrible spot, adding at a terrible spot. Crypto is so forgiving. It's insane, but I do expect to get my take profit targets hit for Solana because I expect Solana to do pretty well. I do think that there's a rotation happening. So that's where we need to go over here to TradingView to look at today's picks. So if you haven't liked the video already, like the video. Let me know what coins you're interested in me checking out. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Yes, I know my video is not on today. I'm at home. I'm taking care of stuff here at home today. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow. It'll be a proper video, but this will do for now. All right, first off, BNB, absolutely ripping. And more importantly, it's pushing above, this is a previous all-time high. Yes, remove them. The previous all-time high up here at 793, it's currently at 795. I gave you guys a heads up about this a couple days ago. saying we have a perfect 3 in a row TBO breakout. Since then, since it was completed, BNB has now moved up about 8-9%. The cloud here looks incredible, still looks super strong, bullish. Solana had a great close yesterday, despite looking kind of weak, honestly, at the beginning of the day. It printed a TBO breakout here on Monday, up 7.8%. Yesterday, a 5% close with a second TBO breakout. Solana is beating Ethereum in the short term. I actually think that Solana is going to be heading up here to about the 250 range or so. That's my next target for it. Because we have 2 breakouts on a daily, I'm hoping for a third breakout today. We'll have to see what happens. One positive thing that's happening with this chart, actually a couple of other positive things I should say, volume continues to pour into the chart. This is great, especially looking back here in November. Like, yes, we're kind of on par with volume from November, but we just need to see exhausted volume right here, just doing boom, 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 just huge amounts. And we're not seeing it yet, but we are seeing a really strong looking TBO. We are seeing breakouts. We are seeing a strong on balance volume chart. Yes, we're looking super overbought, but not nearly as overbought as Ethereum. The other thing that's positive about this chart is that we've been watching this for a long time and I've been waiting on it. And now we're starting to see similar activity here with the slow line. This is what happened with Ethereum before it started to rip higher. See what's happening right here? This little elbow joint right here. This is exactly what happened with Ethereum that we've been watching right there. So I'm expecting Solana to do well and to continue to do well. I'm hoping for a third breakout, which would mean, another 4 or 5% today, which would be awesome. But really, the target is way up higher, like another, 10, 20%, 20%. Jupiter, this one is doing well. I made a video about this on the Coin Bureau Trading channel yesterday, explaining why. But I have this double vision, good grief. Jupiter is here because it's in the Solana ecosystem. And I think that Solana ecosystem coins will do well as long as Solana does well, because it seems like ecosystems are thriving together right now. And it printed a TBO breakout. It wicked above the previous high, which is a really good sign. It did not close yet above TBO resistance here at 64.42. But another thing to consider for a lot of these charts is that they're still massively oversold, and there is big potential for these to really rally a lot higher back to their previous highs, especially if things get frothy, like I think they will. ENS, this one printed its third TBO breakout. Congratulations. Hopefully we see some more upside continuation for ENS. There is TBO resistance here, historical resistance at 32, and of course up here at about 45. We'll want to watch out for those levels as it goes up higher. Litecoin, this is one I'm also patiently waiting on. I'm really pleased to see that it closed up higher yesterday, 3.8%. Again, my target short term is going to be right up here at about 134. I think that makes sense. I mean, this momentum is insane. The volume is really weak, but that's because it's Bitfinex. If I go to Binance, let's see if it's any better. A little bit better. Not incredibly better, but at least it's exceeding the moving average by 2, which is a good sign. So we're seeing strong signs all over the place. I expect continuation to continue. ONDO, this is one I'm really excited about as well. I have a leverage position open for this on CoinCatch that I'm really happy about. It closed up 6% yesterday with a TBO breakout, which is really, really nice. We also have the price closing above historical resistance right here, which is fantastic, and a pierce of the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Again, looking really good. FARTCOIN, if you guys paid attention to my video yesterday about Solana ecosystem coins, and you also watched the video saying I was super excited to see that even at the start of the day, we had put in a new high, a new local high. Boom, look at this. Not only did we put in a new high yesterday, it closed up, well, rather, let me get the right number. It closed at 166, but it put in a new high at 169. That is awesome. We have our first confirmed TBO breakout. I personally expect FARTCOIN to go a lot higher just because it's a meme, and we're going to see a lot of memes do crazy, incredible things. Again, we have a good target up here at 244. Banana, I know. I think this is the banana gun coin. I don't know, but I know, but I don't know. That's not helpful. We have 2 TBO breakouts here that are recent. This one has been oversold for such a long time. This resistance level is done, which is great. Then there's a level right up here, about 50 bucks. That's a huge move. But the one positive thing that's happening with this chart is that volume is just looking amazing. I know it's really, really weak compared to some, but this is a lower cap coin and it's above the local high back over here. So don't be surprised. Like charts like this can continue to rip higher and higher. So all of these light blue tags right here denote the white dots right here, the TBO breakouts. Now these green flags are talking about elements of the TBO or TBT divergence that I'm seeing. I know S has been a disappointing chart. Trust me, I'm buying, I'm holding, I'm waiting. But it did confirm a TBO open long yesterday, which is a really positive sign that it should continue to have bullish upside continuation. Again, I'm looking at this target up here at 61 cents and just trying to hold my breath and wait. Pi Network printed and confirmed a second TBT bullish divergence signal yesterday with a nice 7% close. Now, this one is admittedly massively oversold, not very attractive right now, but charts that are super oversold like this can really move. You'd be surprised. Trump as well confirmed a TBO open long yesterday, even on a red candle. I don't really care if it's a red candle or not. I just pay attention to the bullish confirmation signal. There we got it. There we go. There we got it. Um, Bonk. This one right here had a really nice close up yesterday, about 7%. What I'm expecting to have happen next, especially looking at volume growing yet again, how is this possible, right? The chart's already moved up so much. How could it actually move up higher? Well, if Solana is going to do well, guess what? Everything in the Solana ecosystem will do well, like Bonk. And Bonk and Pengu are also feeding off of each other right now. I don't know if you noticed. I think they're actually having a war. Like they're trying to prove who's going to be more bullish because Pengu pushed up 13% yesterday. That's insane. Bonk is headed up to the 786 and needs to close above to catch up with Pengu's price action. And of course, my good friend here, SPX 6900, had a higher daily close yesterday, just under $2. The high did not exceed $2 yet. But again, this is just a slow moving chart. Again, $3. I'm waiting for it. I'm expecting it. I'm excited for it. The slow line continues to move up. It's a great looking chart. The one thing I have against it, the only thing I can try to like nitpick, and this is a weak chart as well, because this is SPX wrapped Ethereum. So we're seeing less trading volume here for wrapped Ethereum. If I go to, let me try to find MEXC, really? 2 million? No, let me have to find something else. There we go, 15 million. That's a lot better. Yeah, actually, it's echoed over here too. Yes, we're moving above, we're closing above the moving average, but not like wildly outperforming like we were before. It's going to take a lot of volume to do so. But because the chart is strong bullish, I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's going to do it. And it's going to leave a lot of people wondering, wait, are you serious? How could this coin continue to go up higher? Now, 3 to keep an eye on. AVAX. This one is moving closer, literally inching closer to TBO resistance at 2654. No breakouts yet. This is one that I've been watching for a while and really excited about just because it's a good coin. It has a good community. They do good things. They're good people. But here for volume, this is really encouraging. Having a massive daily spike like that is great, almost 3 times the average. And of course, on the weekly, I shared this with you guys last week that it had a TBT bullish divergence signal. Since then, AVAX has moved up 24%. Not too shabby. Now, Syrup. This is one that is a little bit controversial just because it's been so bearish and it has a confirmed open short. So why am I talking about it? Well, the price kind of fell down to a reasonable support level. If we zoom out here to the 4-hour time frame, yes, it wasn't the exact price point. Yes, it's historical. No, it didn't really fall down there. But I'm getting the feeling that Syrup is getting done going lower, mainly because I see 2 TBO close shorts. These are kind of good. Like they're nice. If we get another one, I'm going to feel really good about it. If we get a TBT bullish divergence cluster on the 4-hour, I'm going to feel really good about it. But I do think that Syrup does have the potential to move up higher. For some reason, it's just being pushed lower and lower. There might be some sort of reward mechanism or something like that that people are selling the token for. But eventually what's going to happen, in my opinion, is that we're going to see the price start to push above resistance levels. And it's going to take a lot of energy to do so. Well, actually, technically, it did yesterday. Look at that. Let me take out the TBO. So this is what I call a Fibonacci, a resistance fan. So it's a fan because it's kind of fanning out like this, like it's just in the shape of one of those like Japanese fans, Chinese fans. So closing above resistance like this is a really good sign. Again, I just get the feeling that it's oversold. The market's bullish. I expect syrup to kind of move back up to test this next level here at about 51 cents. But this is a risky play, admittedly, because there's no bullish momentum at all with this chart. If anything, it's confirmed bearish. Last but not least, Dog Whiff had, again, this is part of the Solana ecosystem, but because I expect Solana to continue to do well, Whiff should do well. Just like Pengu, Bonk, Jupiter, a lot of those coins in that ecosystem, they should do well. So there is resistance here at about 139 or so. So we got to be aware of that. But again, these are the charts that I'm keeping an eye on right now. And again, head on over to thebettertraders.com. I also have some exciting information to share with you guys. It's not fully ready yet, but I'll be making a video about it soon. But you'll see a pinned comment below this video down there somewhere to sign up for Femex. I'm excited with what's happening with them, and they're working with me to do some really exciting stuff. So use my link to sign up for Femex, and you get some really cool bonuses. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.